I get bored pretty quick.
Squirrel!
And I've got this one 99% done, just a few little odds and ends. And those little odds and ends are not necessarily things that must be done. They're just things that I want to do to just add little, like, you know, I got some of the plastics are cracked and replace those as I can find them and order them. No hurry on that stuff. However, as all good aviation enthusiasts and pilots, I want to go fast.
Is there anyone out there who wants to go fast?
Who here wants to go fast? I want to go fast. Woo, shake and bake. You know, that kind of fast. Yeah, slingshot. So I've been looking online for what kind of fast, and it needs to be a 4-place, ideally 6-place, because I've got a family of 5. And so 4-place, I have to tell which kid is on the naughty list that day, that they have to, you know, stay home or we have to pawn them off somewhere. However, I have got a list going of 200 knot, not miles an hour, 200 knot airplanes that are 4-seat or more for under $200,000. Now that's just the purchase price, not the operating cost, because there's a big difference in operating costs between some of these things. And I've got a bonus in there, and I'll be putting that video together because I'm on the search now for my next airplane. So if you guys know of an awesome, you know, quicker airplane, something fun, maybe a little bit of a project like this one would be okay. This was super much a lot of fun. I loved it. But it needs to, you know, have good bones and needs to still, when I get done with it, need to be a relatively good value, I guess to say. Step 1 in our 200 knot quest, all except for one airplane that I know of, the Cirrus SR-22T, is a retrack. So we got to get checked out on a retrack, and we're going to do that on this awesome little Aero right here. And we got everybody's favorite, of course, Cletus Buford.
Morning.
Morning. He's going to help us get checked out on this thing. And basically it just comes down to an extra switch and 3 lights, you know. Make sure the wheels are down. And the other ones, whenever we would do the check, it was already done. It was fixed gear. But in this one, we've got a little lever knob in there and some light bulbage. So we got the sweet T-tail action going on. That's awesome. And Aero, what's the cruising speed on this bad boy?
140 knots. Maybe.
140 knots. This is a turbo one, right?
Turbo. Yeah.
Turbo Aero. Whoo! Get the turbo charge.
The Continental TIO 360 in it.
Nice.
The turbocharged 6-cylinder, 200 horsepower.
There you go. I'll get it. Giggity. Well, let's get in it and let's check it out.
Might keep up with the kilo carrier. We'll see.
No, well, hey, I want to see you put 1,400 pounds in this thing.
Yeah, that's right.
I think our first trip needs to be through the Bahamas and drop some off out in the ocean. Exactly. And in the POH in that, it does have a whole section about when you have the doors removed off of it. So you know it's meant for good stuff with that plane.
It was made for one thing.
It was made for one thing. One thing only. El Capitan. We're in this Aero here, and he's got some nice stuff. Little 430, 530, and all there. Hey, somebody else is taking the PS engineering. Yalla! We got some lights down there, lever, go fast button. And, oh, we got to talk to him about this Autopilot, though. Come on now. Come on now. Some nice little G5s. Get rid of some vacuum pump stuff. And we're gonna try some new camera angles here. See if we can't get you guys some voice recordings much better than that first flight of the Cherokee 6. This is what, a 78?
81.
81. Because when did they stop going with the T-tail?
I don't remember the year.
It was somewhere around there. They started, what, 78, 79. I thought they only did those 2 years for the Saratoga, or the Lance at that time.
It was a good sales pitch.
Yeah, I guess they have smoother cruise, right?
They do, yeah.
It cruises better, but the takeoff sucks.
The takeoff and the landing, the nose is very heavy.
Alright, so...
I find it a little more difficult to get trimmed out properly than the conventional tail. So if we have any engine anomalies on the takeoff roll, we'll just stop straight ahead. If it's after we come off the ground, we'll put it back on the runway and just stop straight ahead. If we have no runway remaining, we'll go 30 degrees left to right of center line. I'll be in a ready position. If something does happen, I'll immediately take the controls, being that I'm not able to get to the fuel. And I will pick a landing place, and I'll fly the airplane if you'll assist me in securing the airplane, bringing the mixer to idle cutoff, master switch off, mags off, fuel off.
All right. All basically everything down, master.
Yep.
You want me to turn fuel off?
Fuel off. Yep. If we're gonna ditch, I'll go 30 degrees left to right of center line and tell them like in a crosswind at like 700-800 feet, and I would be able to make that turn back to the field. Sound good?
Roger.
All right.
So if we don't pull a bonanza?
Yeah, we don't. Try not to do that.
All right. Speed is alive. Where's instruments?
Engine instruments are in the green.
And yeah, that thing wanders, doesn't it?
Yep. This airplane
60,
does have a lot of P factor.
70.
Rotate.
Oh, there's some right rudder.
Yep.
And
all right, we got our positive rates, no runway remaining. Gear out and up.
Out and up.
3 out, and this light there's your gear and transition light.
We are at 97.
542 Charlie, inbound from the north.
Once that light's out, gear is verified up.
Gear is up. Coming up onto 500.
Cockpit traffic. Warrior 17 X-ray turn right base, runway 15.
Go ahead and make our turn to the north.
Yep.
All right, we are indicated 135 knots.
Ground speed's 139 right now.
Flight level 025.
Flight level.
For north gravity.
So the only difference is so far is the starting, where you don't put the fuel pump on and gear up, and then making sure you don't overboost it. Okay.
Yeah, the overboost is a big thing on these, and then the other thing that'll get you in trouble on airplanes like this is descending. You know, we're only at 2,500 feet, so it's not as big a deal, but you know, if you're up at 12, 13, 14, 15,000, whatever you're at, and you start descending, you know, you want to give yourself plenty of room to descend.
Air temperature and stuff.
And make sure that you're not going to overspeed the airplane in the descent. So it's easy to get these into the yellow arc. Aero's not as bad, but you get into like your A36s and V-tail Bonanzas, your Lancers, your Aerostars, your 200 for 200 airplanes. That is really what will get you in trouble a lot, is airspeed. What I kind of do is wait for my EGTs and CHTs to stop decreasing and then bring it like another inch. So you can go and bring another inch, they stabilize there. And that puts us at about 27 inches, so we're almost out of the turbo.
That Brooksville right there?
Yeah, and you need to join the left downwind to 2-1.
Brooksville Tower 6095, we're John inbound.
Happens a little faster, doesn't it?
Runway 9, clear to land, caution wake turbulence.
Go ahead and bring another inch out.
Ahead of you.
Get it back to 25 now.
Clear to land, 395.
So what'll help you out here with the speed and everything is bring the nose up and get it below 130 knots, and then we'll get the gear down, and that'll help you.
Alright.
So if you're ever like high and you like need to get down, just slow the airplane, get the gear down, and then it'll help you get down and manage your speed. So there you're below 130. So gear coming down. Gear and transition lights on.
Oh yeah, you can feel the drag.
You know, feel them lock a lot of times. Feel them lock, and we got 3 greens.
There's traffic in sight.
3 green.
Alright, there we're below 20.
Here, and we're in flap operation. Let's get 1 knot.
Coast Guard 6050, roger. Number 2, runway 9er, clip to the option.
All right, gums check. Gas is good. Undercarriage is down a lot. Mixer's up. Prop. We'll get in just a second. And seatbelts fastened. Switches are set.
Righto.
All right,
So
let's
we
go.
want to land at how fast?
I look for 85 knots. Let's grab a
We're
second
going
knot.
to American maintenance. Alright, sir, turn left, remain on this frequency, and taxi back via
We're a little
Bravo
fast, so go ahead and bring some
Bravo
power
1
out.
to American. Hey, Bravo 1, and with you to American 2 Hotel Delta.
There's 90.
A little bit more power out.
There we go. There's, what'd you say, 85?
Yep. And then when I'm crossing the threshold, I'm slowing it back to 80.
Do I another notch?
You can do 2. I like 2 notches.
Alright.
Gears down and locked.
Down and locked. Alright, you said this one where you got to pull pretty hard to keep the nose off?
Yeah, I mean, don't yank it, but.
There's 80.
Throttle coming back to idle.
You're at idle.
Don't let it touch.
Skyhawk 60395, turn left Alpha 4, then taxi to the Academy via Alpha this frequency.
Alpha 4, Alpha to the Academy with
Oh,
295.
like
Thank
that?
you.
Nice landing. Yeah, see how that, if you got it, it's like a balance on that nose.
59er Echo, what is your destination?
American FBO.
Arrow 59er Echo, roger, turn left next exit, then taxi to the FBO via Bravo, Bravo 1, remain on this frequency.
Left here, Bravo 3, stay on Bravo. 59er Echo. Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, that nose drops out.
Yeah, there's a little more going on.
It's you know, when you're 10 miles out, you're used to being in a Cherokee or something. Yeah, I got plenty of time. All of a sudden, it's like, oh crap, we're here. You know, especially when you're descending at 153 knots.
Roger,
You
cross
know,
runway
they're coming in.
9er to the number 1 X-ray Papa, roger.
A while back, you texted me, how much is it to get type rated in a Lear 24, 25, whatever? I said, don't do that. Don't do that.
I can get it for $100 grand.
Yeah, don't do that. We gotta reel you back in sometimes, Jimmy.
You've made it this far. Keep watching because Cletus Buford, aka Levi, pulls a dirty trick on me. He messes with me about the gears down and the lights, and are they really down, are they not, or is something broken, is something not, to make me think that we're gonna have to like have an emergency landing or something like that. So, not cool, but cool for teaching moment. Stay tuned. Check this out.
And, you know, things are happening a little bit faster, so you gotta...
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is...
Be a little more in front of it.
And that's why I wanted you to shoot an approach and see and like kind of the preparation coming into final approach fix. So what I do is I configure the airplane at glide path alive. So we're going to be shooting the RNAV. So once we cross Hovum inbound to Joss here on the RNAV 11, you know, we'll go down to 1,800 feet on that approach. And once I see glide path movement, that's when I can verify it below 130, gear down,
Cherokee 6422 Julia Brooks,
mixture rich, prop full forward, and 1 notch of flat.
5, altimeter 3010.
Okay, we got there. We
got it all over.
We got it everywhere.
Alright, glide path's alive.
Okay, and so gear down.
Yep. Gear and transition lights on.
Cherokee on final for runway 23, touch and go, winter haven.
And Winter Haven traffic, Aero 8359er Echoes on a 6-mile final to runway 11. We'll circle to 23, Winter Haven.
And grease rim.
There's gear down.
Yeah, grease rim down.
Come on.
And so bring your prop up and keep it at 1800.
So our gumps, we got, what's the G again?
Gas.
Gas, so we're on the correct tank.
5 miles southwest.
8 gallon, 9 gallon, good.
We'll make this a full stop taxi back and we'll switch on the ground.
Roger.
Undercarriage is
Undercarriage down and locked, confirmed.
Trying to final for runway
Prop
23, touch and go.
mixture is up. And the S. What's S?
switches and seatbelts.
Fast traffic, free call carry-in, 4.5 miles northeast of the field over the river, maneuvering for right base. P3's got us in front of dispatch.
We got one notch in. We are at 95 knots.
Traffic, 5
We're
o'clock.
go ahead and start bringing it down. Alright,
Traffic,
so we need our gear down.
Wind for runway 23, Winter Haven.
Gear down. We're within. One notch.
Winter Haven traffic down to
25.
We are going to...
Alright, green lights, 3 green lights.
For runway 23.
We're in the arc. First notch. 800. There's somebody on 2-3.
Let's give them a little bit of room.
Yeah.
We're going to try this again. Red, white Cardinal entering right downwind for runway 14, Tampa North.
There he goes. Winter Haven 59 Echo turning left base runway 11 Winter Haven.
Alright, gas is good, undercarriage is down a lot. Mixture's up, props
Mixture's up, props up, seats, seat belts.
Switches.
And bring it down to 20.
Winter Haven traffic, Cherokee on left downwind for runway 23, Winter Haven.
Oh, I said 2311, yeah.
5 Tango Alpha, turning base, runway 15, pop up.
Winter Haven traffic, Aero 59 Echo, final runway 23, Winter Haven.
Winter Haven traffic, Aero 32047 is off 23, departing the pattern to the north.
Got 2 notches
Winter
in,
Haven.
90, go high on the glide slope, there it comes. Right at 90, everything's looking good so far, gears are down. Alright, and power out. Let it flare, bring that nose up. Up.
Winter traffic, Cherokee turning to left base for runway 23.
Idle, mix back a little bit. Alright, well, if you're watching here, if that camera and this mic is working, we're going to go ahead and shut it down. We're going to practice a few more laps, touch and goes to get things rolling here, but this is our journey to a jet, and the next step, well, the next step is likely a retract, unless I miraculously can find a Cirrus SR-22 T that's in decent condition for under 200, which there's not any of those around that I know of.
It's nice to dream about.
Yeah, it's nice to dream about, and any of them that are not totally ran out of time and things like that, because I can find them, but they're used and abused, done. So retract, we got in the Aero, it's turbo as well, which is nice because I think all of those 200 knot airplanes, all of them are turbos. Yeah. Anything else?
Nope.
Anything to add? Cletus Buford?
That's a negative.
Negatory, Ghost Rider. All right, well, this is Jimmy's World. I'm Jimmy. Here's Cletus Buford. Best CFI ever. And we'll flip at you next time. See you later.
See ya.
All right. So we're here. Go ahead. We're with speed. Gears in transition. Gumps. Gas. Undercarriage is down. Oh, not yet.
Papa traffic, South Fox Hotels, turning cross 115, Papa.
Our transition lights out.
Papa traffic, 4 Romeo Jude.
Bring it up again.
What's our checklist say?
733 Dubs November.
What'd you do with it?
6-7 miles.
Let's just go ahead and climb up out of the pattern.
Entering a downwind for runway 10, High City.
Out bird.
Alright, climb out. I wonder if I was going a little too fast whenever I...
Well, you were below 130, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I was thinking the emergency one was 111.
Yeah.
Alright.
And let's see.
Good.
Tampa North, 4 Romeo Juliet, turning right base, runway 14. Tampa North, RVA, 949 Juliet Whiskey, to the north, and we'll be...
It was at this point I knew something was up.
Entering a right downwind for runway 14.
Apparently that was recording.
Tampa North.
You did that, didn't you? You pulled the fuse, checked circuit breakers. Alright.
So it says reduce airspeed below 88 knots. We could try recycling them.
That's what I would try first.
Well, we need to be below 111 before we pull the gear. If they are down.
This is that you're messing with me thing. Okay, those are on. So there's 100 knots.
Alright, so let's go ahead and pick the gear up. Let's see if it feels. We got a transition light.
Transition. Holding our altitude.
Alright, let's see if our airspeed increases.
Traffic south,
Yep.
733.
Alright, so it seems like the gear came up.
Yeah.
Alright, let's go ahead and put the gear down again.
Downwind for runway
Gear
10.
down. We're not busting any airspace
Nope.
right now, are they?
So we got a gear in transition.
Winter Haven traffic, RV1 Mike Williams.
Oh, I'm busting on the pedal.
Alright.
Still nothing there.
And our airspeed is coming back.
Yep.
So do you think the gear is down?
It feels as though the gear is down.
So what could you do right now before doing an emergency gear extension to see if the gear is down?
I could have you walk out on the wing and look.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we could fly by a tower, right? We could go over to Lakeland, do a flyby, and if they confirm that our gear was up, then we would do the emergency gear extension. A big gotcha in these airplanes is panel lights. If the panel lights are on, it dims them, and you can't see them during the day.
That's freaking dirty.
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
So it's not on the checklist. If you look in the book, like in the POH, at the beginning of emergency gear, you know, gear failure, it says turn the panel lights off.
That is dirty is what that is.
Traffic, Skyhawk 733 Delta November, we are entering a downwind to runway 10.
Got him this time.
Hey, this is you're freaking messing with me at this point. All right, I see where this is going.
All right, we're back live.
All right, back live. Well, see, you freaking, that's good training though, because it keeps me on my toes and planning for emergency. Now, ironically, in all this airplane training, all of the training is for when everything goes wrong and you got to put it down. So that was good. Thank you, sir.
Of course.
You know, the panel lights though, that's dirty, is what that is.
I really wish this airplane had a resettable circuit breaker for the gear motor. One of the other arrows that I fly does, and I can pull that breaker and we can actually do an emergency gear extension. Unfortunately, this airplane is not resettable. I don't have the ability to do it.
Well, that was the first thing I was thinking, is look at the circuit.
Yeah, we discussed that on the ground in a gear extension, you know, scenario.
All right, let me call him. We're 5 miles out. Roger.
You know, I would say, you know, most of your gear up, or people have landed gear up a lot of times, happens where, like that go around that we had to do, and I picked the gear up.
Yeah.
A lot of times that causes people to forget that in their mind they already put the gear down. So like weird changes, emergencies, like if you have like an issue inside the airplane or like engine roughness, anything that's distracting and creating induced load is generally when the gear is forgotten.
I would love to know what deals and what airplanes you know of that might be the next one on the list that we can find and build together. And just throw it in the comments section. What airplane is on your 200 knot, under 200,000, but it has to seat at least 4 people? Hit the comments below, let me know what you think, and then we'll do a video on those and see if we can't hunt down our next deal. All right, I'm Jimmy, this is Jimmy's World. I'll see you next time.